everybody, I'm back. I've just been gone off YouTube. I'm sorry. I don't really have a legit good reason why I was gone off YouTube. I just kind of was feeling unmotivated and uninspired, but I've thought of a few new ideas to do, so you'll be seeing a few new videos soonish. I mean, it takes me a long time to edit a video. And I also changed my, back scene because I have a tree and it's beautiful. It's really pretty in person. You can't really see how pretty it is unless you see it in real life, but it's not quite done. The top's not done yet, so I'm just showing what's kind of done. We're just putting the finishing touches on the tree right now. And yeah, anyway, I thought I'd show it in my videos because it's pretty. It's pretty. And yeah, I had to move where I was filming because upstairs wasn't working. There was too many. I hated having a stand in my room because honestly it was just in the way. I would bump into it in the middle of the night and like stub my toe all the time because it was like right in the middle of my room because that's where the best lighting was. Like I tested my lighting and that's where the lighting was good, of course. But I couldn't deal with filming it in my room anymore because it was just too much. So I'm filming it downstairs, and that means that I basically have to wait until nobody's home, which never happens in my house. There's always somebody home. So, it's kind of a bit harder, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm always going to play around with it, but for, the month of December, I'm like, okay, I might as well have it in front of the tree because that's super festive, like Mariah Carey would say. I need to talk about this. This is the best eyeshadow I've ever tried in my life. I've tried a lot of eyeshadows. I've tried Smashbox, Urban Decay, drugstore eyeshadows. What other big brands have I tried? I think Too Faced. I've tried like a whole bunch, trust me. I've tried tons and tons and tons of different eyeshadow brands. This formula here is just the bomb. It's the bomb.com. Where did that saying even come from? Anyway, I use that all the time. I don't care if it's out of style. I don't care if it was like so 2008. I don't even know when it was popular. But anyway, this is the Bare Minerals Ready Eyeshadow. And the colors that come in this one are Muse and Passion. I'm gonna try. The reason I like these eyeshadows so much is because they just blend like a dream. They look really natural, and I really like the light shade because it's really nice for all over the lid. I don't think these are really gonna show very well here. Anyway, just trust me, these are great. Honestly, they're so soft and they're not, like, I find, I really like Urban Decay's eyeshadow formula. I have their Naked palette, the first one. I really like their eyeshadow, but I find like it's kind of hard to blend because it's so buttery, and that's what I like about the eyeshadow, is that it's buttery. But these ones, they're really like, they're just soft and light. And if you're like new to the eyeshadow game, I totally recommend you try this one. This is called the Inspiration. I don't even know if you can get like just the two. I got this in like an Ipsy bag, I believe, and I was like, I don't really need to try this. And then I tried it, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, this is love. So probably going to eventually get some of their palettes. They have like 8 eyeshadow palettes, so I'll get one eventually when I can afford it, when I have a job, because right now I'm broke and I can't afford to spend more money on eyeshadow when I already have millions of it. This is Color Tattoo 24-hour eyeshadow. This is 90 Nude Compliment. Unfortunately, this color is limited. Oops. Wow, that's just not looking good as a swatch. It's really not a pretty swatch, but it's a swatch. You can see the color. This is a limited edition color, unfortunately, but they do have a color called Tough as Taupe in their normal line that is like this. I find that this color is just so great. A lot of the time I just will wear one eyeshadow all over the lid, and I will just, you know, put this on and maybe some eyeliner. I guess it's a little dark for day-to-day wear, but you know, that's just how I will wear non-daytime appropriate things all the time. So some of these I just kind of regret buying, to be honest, the color tattoos, because I went kind of crazy and bought like most of the collection. Because they do dry out. They do dry out after a little while of having them open. So I don't know. I wouldn't go and buy a whole bunch all at once. I would just buy one at a time and use it up, and then buy the next one, because otherwise you're just gonna, if you don't use eyeshadow that often, then it's just gonna dry, and then you're wasting your money. So I would totally recommend not buying a whole bunch of those. I would just buy like one shade at a time kind of thing. So yeah, and I would apply those with your fingers, because I tried applying them with brushes and then they just clump up your brushes and screw them up. So do not apply them with the brushes. Definitely apply them with your fingers, because it's so much easier, in my opinion. This is the What's Up highlighter from Benefit. This came out a while ago. Not quite sure the year or whatever, but this is my favorite highlighter of all time. I've tried a whole bunch of different highlighters. Like I have the Becca ones in the liquid form. I haven't tried the powder ones because they're pretty expensive. But I do have like 3 of the liquid highlighters. Personally, I think this like just pwns like any other highlighter out of the water for me. I've had this sample for, I got this in like a sample bag, and I still have that much left, and I use this a lot, and the packaging is kind of wearing off. There used to be light bulbs on it. That's how much I use it. See, it's like there used to be light bulbs there, but I've used it so much that it's just like worn off. So I really love it. It's definitely my favorite highlighter for my skin. It's kind of gold with like kind of pink undertones, which normally that doesn't work on my skin. But I don't know. I think this shade is just super flattering for everybody, and the pigmentation is there. This Watier Bio Lift Eye Patch. I use this up. This is awesome. I will repurchase this again when I'm rich. But yeah, these you can only get them. I think Liz Watier is very exclusive to Shoppers Drug Mart, so yeah, just keep that in mind. But these, like, you can definitely notice the difference after you take them off. Like, any little creepiness or puffiness, it kind of goes away, and it just leaves a really nice softness underneath your eyes. So yeah, I definitely need to take care of my under eyes, because they're, I don't know, I have some wrinkling there, just slight wrinkling. I'm not quite sure if that's what everybody has or if that's just me, but I smile a lot, so you know, I gotta be careful with that. Yeah, so I would definitely repurchase again these. I don't really know how much they retail for, because this was just a sample, so I don't really know the long-term effects of these or anything like that, but I just know that from one time I saw a difference, and I think that is amazing. And you can use them, like, I used mine twice because I wanted to get the serum. I wanted to use it up and, you know, get the value out of it. So yeah, that's my last skincare favorite of the month. Next is this La Vanilla perfume rollerball. This there's so many scents of this, but this is the vanilla and, oh my gosh, grapefruit, vanilla grapefruit scent. I don't know, I think that this could work for either month. I guess it's more of a summer fragrance, but since our weather has been so good, I don't know, I've been using it. It's really, really great. It smells awesome. I think that their formulas are a bit more like organic, naturally made, so I'm all for that because perfumes are horrible for your health actually. And I'm like a huge perfume person, so it's not really the best find. I'm really kind of upset about that. But yeah, I think next time I just will get it in the spray form because I hate roller balls. They don't last as long because when you spray a like fragrance, it like covers a bigger surface area, and I feel like you get more on, get some on your clothes and that kind of thing. With the roller ball, you can't really roll this on your clothes, like. But yeah, when you have a fragrance, you like can put it in your hair. If you look at this scent up on Makeup Alley, it's like, well, at the time when I bought this, it was like one of the top scents in all the scents on Makeup Alley. So that's why I had to try it out and purchase it because I wanted to smell good. Now on to book favorite. I only have one book. This one is so information dense that honestly there's so much information in here. This is Radical Beauty by Deepak. I know, I feel like I'm mispronouncing it. Deepak Chopra. He's an MD. And Kimberly Snyder, which is one of my favorite people, or authors, I guess. She is a CN, and I'm not quite sure what that is, if that's a clinical nutritionist or what. It's more explained in her first book, but she used to be super unhealthy and had acne, really bad acne, and that kind of thing, and then she went traveling, and she kind of learned a whole bunch of tips along the way when she was traveling, and yeah, she transformed herself. She's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know. I don't even know how old she is, but look at her. Look at her. She's beautiful. Like, her skin's glowing. I don't know if you can really see it on camera, to be honest. So this book, it doesn't just talk about like nutrition, it talks about like everything. Like it has, okay, so it has like a natural skincare and like beauty foods, what you should be eating. So that's great, and it talks a whole bunch about that. Then it talks about sleep, like how to get better sleep. Then there's like how to change your lifestyle kind of towards how the seasons are going. Like in the winter you should eat more fats and stuff. That's one of the things in here. There's like exercise, movement, yoga, breathing exercises, and then there's like meditation and that kind of thing, and spiritual beauty, which I haven't really read that part yet. That's like the one chapter I haven't read, because this thing is so huge, and like I'm gonna reread this book because there's so much information I didn't even take in, and I'm gonna like take notes on it. And then there's like beauty recipes in the back. So yeah, it's like it covers everything, and I think that this book is just, if you're trying to be healthier like me, then you should definitely read this book because it kind of covers everything. But it basically says, like in the diet part, it says you should eat 80-20 ratio, which you probably already heard of. But basically it's like 80% of your diet should be, you know, greens, fruit, nuts, rice, brown rice, not white rice, and that kind of thing. And then the 20% is like caffeine, so coffee, alcohol, meat, and yeah, dairy. But I think because it goes in, it has so many different steps, even if you don't agree with the 80-20 rule, like there's lots of other information in here that I think is so valuable. But she, I don't know, I find like this book is very like a skimmed version of her first book. So if you want to know why she's like so against meat and so against dairy, then you should definitely check her first book out, because I feel like you will not understand the first bit of this book. But if you want just like a summed up version all in one book, this could be your book. Anyway, you don't need to purchase this book. You can just read it from the library. That's what I would do if you're not really sure about these books. Just, you know, get them from the library and save some money, and then if you really like the book, you can purchase it. And that's what I've been doing lately because I'm broke. So I can't afford to be buying a whole bunch of books, but yeah. On to music favorites. Uh-oh, what's going on? Okay, so I listened to some new music this month. Toupe's album. I loved her EP, her very first EP. Loved it. Toupe is amazing. Her stuff, little edgy, I would say, because there's a lot of swearing in there, and you know, not the most radio friendly stuff. So if you're easily offended by, you know, content like that, you probably won't like her, but I really love her. I especially loved her first EP. I think that was like my favorite. Because there's her song Over, like from her very first EP, was so great. Anyway, some of her new songs that I like on her new album are Vibes, What the WTF Love Is. I think that's my favorite on the actual album, her new album, which is called Lady Boner. No. Lady Wood. Okay, I got that all wrong, but it's basically the same thing. Yeah, and it's very, like, she's like holding down her shorts, and here, let me just show you. Can you see that? Just like pulling down her shorts. Very promiscuous and whatever, but anyway, I think my favorite song is definitely WTF Love Is. Then Vibes I really like, and Imaginary Friend, and True Disaster. So those are my favorite like 4 songs on the album. Overall, like, I didn't like the whole album. So yeah, those are my like 4 favorite songs off that album. Then I listened to The Weeknd's new album, which is so great. I don't know, I don't really think I've listened to any of his albums in full ever. So, you know, I should probably go back and listen to them, but I was like, okay, well, we're gonna listen to the new album. I think that probably for my favorite songs, I don't know. I think Starboy is really good, obviously, and it's on the radio. What is a Starboy, Morgan? What is a Starboy? I think that my favorite song would have to be Secrets. It does sample a song. I'm not quite sure what song right now, but it does sample somebody else's song. But it's really good. I really like it. I'm not quite sure. I'll just list off all the ones I put on my Spotify playlist. A Lonely Night, Secrets, False Alarm, Attention, Rockin', I Feel It Coming, True Colors, Love to Lay, Die For You, and Party Monster. And again, his stuff has, if you're not familiar with The Weeknd, The Weeknd swears so much. Honestly, I find like half the swears in his songs aren't even really necessary. I feel like they're just added in there just because like swearing is cool. Okay. I'm not the biggest fan that he always swears, because I feel like like I could actually play a lot of his songs in my house if he didn't swear so much. So I feel like, well, my dad would definitely be offended by all the swearing. But otherwise, I feel like his songs are very Michael Jackson-y and very catchy. So I love Michael Jackson. I love his songs. You know, Michael Jackson would probably be like in my top 10 of all artists of all time, because Michael Jackson, his songs are amazing, and The Weeknd's songs are very good too. So yeah, unfortunately the one with Lana Del Rey though, it really sucked. It was really short, and I don't know, it did not sound good, and I was really disappointed, because Lana Del Rey is again one of my top like 10 favorite artists of all time. Like, she's I love her voice. It's so different than everything else that you hear, and I really wish that they'd play more of her stuff on the radio, but they don't. Then, this is not even a new album. It's called Me, I Am Mariah. Okay, Mariah Carey could have had a good name for this album, but she didn't. She went total diva, and that's why this album did not get purchased, because she named it something really ridiculous. She named it Me, I Am Mariah, ... The Elusive Chanteuse, ... And I'm just like, Mariah, what are you doing? It was supposed to be The Art of Letting Go, which sounds so much classier than the title that she came up with. So, of course, nobody's gonna purchase this album when it's called that. I'm just like, ugh, Mariah, seriously. Sometimes she's such a diva, and I really wish she wasn't. I don't think she even knows what the general public think of her, but she's like my favorite artist of all time, like, hands down. Like, if I could just listen to one artist, it would just be Mariah Carey for life. Like, she's my favorite artist. The thing is, she doesn't have a good, like, rapport with people, and she is really a lot of diva. But her latest album that came out in 2014, I listened to it. I was like, this is pretty good. And then I just been listening to it the last like few weeks, and I'm like, wow, this is a really good album. So if you're up for listening to her music, I'm sure that it's not everybody's cup of tea, but for me, it's my only cup of tea. My favorite songs off the album would definitely have to be, okay, first of all, I'm gonna tell you to skip Cry, because I hate that song, and Heavenly, those songs just, Cry is the first song on the album, so just skip it, go straight to Faded. Okay, so my favorite song off, I don't know, there's so many good ones on here. Like, I think that the ones that most people would like are Beautiful, that's with Miguel. Miguel is amazing, so obviously I'm gonna like that song. Oh, it's #Beautiful. Oh yeah, You Don't Know What to Do. That's with Whale, and honestly, Whale's first little bit of the song, it sucks. So just like, if you play the song, don't skip the song because of Whale's part at the beginning, because it just, he just talks over the song, and it's like, why are you here? So the first little part of that song is not good, but if you get to the whole song, it's really, really good. You should listen to it. You Don't Know What to Do, it's really great and beautiful. My personal favorites would have to be Make It Look Good, One More Try, that's a cover. One More Try is a little auto-tuned, just to let you know. But I do like that song. It's a cover of, I don't know whose song, because I don't remember whose song that is. But it's really good. The Art of Letting Go is one of my favorites. Dedicated's good. Fate is also really good. Like, there's a lot of good songs on this album. So if you have Spotify, I would check it out, because you can listen to it for free. I'm not really sure how you can just probably YouTube it. It'll probably be on YouTube. I haven't checked because I have Spotify. So anyway, that's my favorites for the month of October and November, and I'll see you soon in my next video. I talked to a dietitian, so I'm maybe gonna make a video on that, so that will probably be coming up soon. And then I'm also gonna make a dark chocolate cherry recipe as well, and I'm gonna put that on YouTube soon. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you next time. Bye.